Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Rob. And I'm Rich. We've got an interesting one. Evidently, Elon Musk has made quite a stirring prediction or statement, and he's talking with Ben Shapiro on this one. Elon can be difficult to understand sometimes. I gotta say, just because he talks like so fast, he's got so much noodling around up there in his head that, anyway, I don't know. He says things in a way that you gotta listen real carefully, not just because it might be deep, but just because of his diction is off a little, I think. Well, that's Rich coming from you with your Brooklyn accent. Well, all right, touche, you got me there. All right, let's get into this one.
LGBTQ flags in favor of Hamas, where, of course, if an LGBTQ person were to be actually in the Gaza Strip, they would no longer be in the Gaza Strip, they would be dead. What do you make of the future of a West if the West continues to embrace that idea?
Well, I think we really need to stop this principle that the weaker, normally weaker party is always right. This is simply not true. If you are, in quotes, oppressed or the weaker party, it doesn't mean you're right. There's good and bad in the absolute, and you judge any group or individual just on absolute moral terms. Are they doing good things?
I wanted to get your take on why you think this is so prevalent on college campuses. What do you think the future of the universities in the United States looks like?
I think we need to return to where things were, or mostly were, which is a focus on merit, and what matters is how good are you at your job, or what are your skills.
Just because you are the perceived weaker group, it does not mean you are good. But unfortunately, that is what much of the modern left now believes.
Oh, Rich, I gotta say, I've been thinking this for a long time. Just because you're in the minority doesn't make you right. Right, because sometimes people are in the minority because they're wrong. It's pretty simple. Sometimes the collective gets things right and the minority is in the minority simply because they've got bad ideas. I mean, the Goths, for example, they're just not doing much. Or people who go to detention in school all the time. They're not right. They're in the minority, though. Well, I like that example right there. Well, anyway, we got to get back to the idea that if you're productive, you're probably going to be liked more. If you're nice, kind, thoughtful, generous, or at least just not a jackass, people are going to like you more. It appears to be some sort of attempt by the left to have some mechanism in place whereby the majority can just be overthrown, like anything that's been built here in America. And we Brits in the UK, we love America. Most of us do anyhow, for the idea that there's so much opportunity here. Right, I mean, you're a living embodiment. I mean, you went to Cambridge over there, and then you got a job at Goldman over here. Right, and we love this. But you've got to have something to offer. And now it seems to be a dismantling just because something's existed for a while. It seems to be it must be dismantled, and that is the brainchild, evidently, of the left. And I used to be a lefto. Well, me too. I get it. That's why I'm not a lefto. I'm a righty now, just because it's this identity politics is nuts. Well, all right, everybody. Leave your comments. Please subscribe if you haven't, and we'll go from there. Have a great day. Cheers.